Alrighty guys, welcome on back to some more Dragon Quest II HD-2D Remake. Last episode, we collected the last two of the remaining sigils, meaning we've officially got all 5 sigils and now have access to powered up abilities. After that, we got told we have 2 new quests to add to our list, one of which is to try to find a way to reach Hargon, and the other is by trying to find the flute that will summon Rubus once we're ready. And so, with those 2 things on our plate, as well as still needing to find 7 more memories, this is going to be a big adventure. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So let's talk for a second. First off, I want to say, I've enjoyed this game so far, but it's starting to go a little bit longer than I would have wanted it to. When I originally planned this Let's Play series, this is one of my little mini Let's Plays. I've done a few of these before, just to kind of fill in gaps between Let's Plays that I have planned. And this one actually is going a little bit longer than I anticipated. I figured by this point we might be at least coming up to the final dungeon, but I was doing some research and it looks like if we kept our current pace, we would probably have a minimum of 8 more episodes left to go. So I think I'm going to have to start to shrink down these episodes, or I guess expand these episodes a little bit more, and make them more similar to when we did the Dragon Quest I playthrough, and give myself checkpoints that I'm reaching for instead of time limits that I'm reaching for. Essentially, goals that I want to get done in the game before I actually end off the episode. I think that's going to be best because as of right now, at the time you guys are watching this, I'm currently filming our next Let's Play that we're going to be doing, which is a game that I've been excited for a little over a year now. So I'll be doing that. So to make that meet, I only have 2 days to basically film the rest of this series. So I'm probably just going to be filming a lot more and trying to get a little bit longer episodes out of this so that way we can meet those checkpoints. Because of that, we're still playing on Dragon Quest difficulty. However, I've gone ahead and did some grinding. You can see we are level 40 and 39 on all of our characters. This should ideally make me good until the end of the game. One of the biggest differences between this one and Dragon Quest I is you have a lot of metal slime and good grinding spots really early on. Because you only have one character, you only have to invest in one character. Because this is a 4-party system and we still don't have good grinding spots, it takes a lot longer to grind. So grinding during episodes, like in the middle of them to stop the recording, could take me upwards of an hour. To give you an example, to get from 35 to 40, it took me about an hour and 15 minutes. Because I didn't just want to turn it on invincibility mode and go grind the hardest enemies possible. So this is where we're at, and now we're going to go ahead and get into it. So we have a couple things. Pretty much almost every spell and ability has been learned by this point. Matilda has actually learned all of hers. Some big ones here are Crackle. Pyranel got access to, I believe, Kaboom, which is the strongest boom spell. Caradoc actually got access to Kazing, which is a guaranteed resurrection, as well as Kamikaze and Kazap. Both are pretty strong spells. As for abilities, Tails got access to one I've been waiting for, which is Multi-Fists. It's a 4-flurry punch of fists that hit all enemies. It's really good. And then Caradoc, I don't think he actually got anything new, but he's only missing one ability anyways. For Pyranel, again, I'm not too worried about her abilities, but Matilda actually got Purse Cutter, or Persecutor. He's a attack that does more damage on a sleeping or confused enemy. It takes 6 times the usual damage. We won't have too many of those, but it's still useful sometimes. On top of that, she got Hustle Dance, which restores 70 HP to all party members. So a really good ability to just have her be a little bit more of a supportive role. So with all of that done, let's go ahead and get into this. Ideally, we will have no more random encounters essentially for the rest of the game. I think we can get all the way up to the ending before we actually need to do any sort of grinding. So what we're going to be starting with is we're going to progress a couple quests up to the point where we can no longer progress them just due to us missing the ultimate key. And then we're going to start getting our living memories. We still got 7 of those missing. So we'll go ahead and start by heading to Cantillon. This was a place the fairies told us we needed to go to. This is the place for the flute. Halt! Who goeth there? State thy purpose. We are scions of the hero of legend. We journey in search of the fairy flute, that we might vanquish a great evil. The scions of Erdrick. She speaks true. Beside me stands the Prince of Middenhall, the very realm founded by that greatest of heroes. Then you are welcome indeed here in Cantillon, but you seek the fairy flute, you say? You do not seem over keen to relinquish it. Nay, 'tis not that, but the situation is complicated. Pray, visit me in my home, that lieth in the west of the town. There I shall explain all, but first, I must go ahead and tell my mother and father of your coming, if you'll excuse me. I sense that the retrieval of the flute will be no straightforward task. Indeed, still we can do little but heed the man's request. So we'll go ahead and head over to his house. I believe it is the one just down here. It's marked, so I don't even have to believe it. I can see it. Forgive us. The flute is no longer to be found here in Cantlin. Our shiftless integrate of a son did abscond with it. Speaketh not of me. Nay, 'twas my fool of an older brother. Our line hath faithfully stood guard here in Cantlin for countless generations, and have come to be known as the Protectors. It is our sacred duty to watch over the great gate, and the flute upon which the very hero of legend himself did play. Alas, my brother hath ere been found wanting in both his aptitude for and his devotion to our hereditary duty. Long hath he declared loudly to any and all who will listen to him that he is not cut out for guarding. And when myself and my father did scold him for his laxity for the upteenth time, he did grow most sullen, and did make off into the night, taking the flute with him. He has run away from home. I care not a whit what he hath done or why. I care only that the scoundrel did abscond with the treasure entrusted to our care. And so, though it paineth us, we are unable to furnish you with it. Words cannot express our shame at this sorry state of affairs. You have no idea where he might have gone? None, alas. Perhaps if you meant to sell it, he might have journeyed to Tantagel? You do not mean to go after him. We are sworn to protect the town. Though he might not think his duty important, we cannot afford to forsake it. That we cannot, but even were that not the case, I would not go to seek him out. He's a traitor and a thief. I see. Then we shall go to Tantagel ourselves and see if he is to be found there. Forgive us, for our son's waywardness to have inconvenienced you so is a sin beyond imagining. I'm getting real tired of reading Old English. This wayward brother may have erred, but was there really a need to disparage him so in our presence? Indeed, I too have made my fair share of selfish blunders, but never have I been treated so unlovingly. Never. I doubt this will be a transgression fondly remembered in years to come, as yours have often been, brother. Though it is troubling, I fear we must needs set such concerns aside for now. Let us go and seek this wayward brother out. Yeah, this is a very long... This is just the start of our episode. I literally read this, and this is the reason I was like, I can no longer do just hour-long episodes. I have to have checkpoints. This is probably going to be about 25 to 30 minutes of just going and finding this man over and over and over again, and reading all this dialogue in Old English. How will we begin our search for the fairy flute? We have no idea what the chap who took it looks like. That is assuming that he hasn't sold the bally thing already. I suggest we seek an audience with the king. If anyone should know of unusual comings and goings in Tantagel, it is he. The monarchs of the realm have certainly served us well thus far. Then let us continue to enjoy their favor. We'll go ahead and head over to the castle now to speak with the king. And once we're inside the castle, we'll just go ahead and head on up to the throne room, where we'll be sent on our next task. My apologies. What madness possesseth thee, Protector of Cantlin? Protector of Cantlin? Then you are the one we seek. We came here in search of you after speaking with your family. Hey, stop absconding. Absconding? Is all well, Chancellor? Ah, it is you. How splendid to see you all well. Allow me to apologize for that ruffian's behavior. he suddenly appeared before us, full of queries concerning the legend of Erdrick. Of himself, he spoke but little, only of his family's role in Cantilin, and that he laboreth night and day to strengthen his frame. I hazard he draweth inspiration from the feats of your ancestor, and seeketh to make of himself an hero ere long. 'Twould explain why he did so interrogate his majesty as to all the distant towns and perilous locals to which Erdrick once ventured. And with his questions answered, he took his leave, most hurriedly as you witnessed. To tell it true, he seemed ill at ease from the moment he arrived here. And though he came bearing the fairy flute, his readiness to produce it before his majesty was passing odd. And he has not sold it as we feared he might? Nay, it was his possession of the flute that convinced his majesty that he was indeed of the protectors of Cantilin. Ever since the visit of thine impostor princess, we have been most careful to confirm our guests' identities. Though he did produce the flute ere long, the lad was clearly discomforted in doing so. Did he mention aught of his next destination? No, though I would wager good coin that he is bound for Cole. The boy became awfully animated upon learning that he was where Erdrick discovered the flute. And that is where we too must go if we are to apprehend him. Were we not simply planning to petition him to lend us the flute a while? Oh, is that so? Then prithee, do not let me detain you any further. You must needs go after him post-haste. His Majesty and I wish you the very best on your travels. Our thanks to thee and thy king. So now we're going to go ahead and head on over to Cole, where we actually get to go to the exact same spot that we found the fairy flute in both Dragon Quest 1 and 3, which is pretty neat. It'll be right up here next to the hot springs, which is another reason I always get lost in this area, because I always forget we have to come up here and then over to the bottom side. There he is. Ever in a hurry. Well then, what are you waiting for? After him. And we can actually interact with the sparkle, and we find the fairy flute. Seems like he was trying to return it to the same place we found it back in Dragon Quest 1 and 3. Would you look at that? He was in such a hurry that he dropped his prized possession. Oh, goddess. It is gone. The fairy flute. Where could it be? We have it here, friend. You again. We are descendants of the hero, and travel the realm as he did to save it from the darkness. To this end, we would borrow the fairy flute. Should you be willing to lend it, that is. You mean to say you are of Erdrick bloodline? Incredible! And I stand before the champions of our era. Please, you flatter us. We are not yet anywhere near to matching our ancestors' achievements. Blessed am I to shake such a heroic hand. It appears my voice is not nearly heroic enough. All my life I've been fair infuriated by my lack of ability. Even my kin think me a fool. And so I resolved to embark upon a quest like the hero of old, that I might make of myself even a fraction of the hero that he was. With Erdrick's trusty flute in hand, I would do as Erdrick did. I would travel where he traveled, fight as he fought, sleep as he slept, and grow mighty as he grew mighty. Yet I find myself completely unchanged. I have journeyed from Tantagel to Cole, and gained naught but sore legs and a hungry stomach. I am no less useful than I was first set out. Why, I cannot even cast a single spell. Neither can I. You too must fear for Cantilin's future whilst I am charged with the town's protection. Now you're fine, man. Precisely. The prince here knows not of magic and has not impeded him one bit. What? 'Tis true. Our cousin has no talent for magic, yet he was the strongest of all of us when we set out on our quest. How fondly I recall trembling with fear at the sight of a single slime. But you are of Erdrick's line, are you not? We are, though such things count for little in practice. You become, it depends entirely on you. Long had I thought those descended of the great hero were born with strength far beyond us lesser mortals. Would it that be so, But no, much effort was required for us to become as we are today. And you are no lesser mortal. The journey here from Cantlin is fraught with danger, and yet you have arrived and unscathed. You may not feel it. I doubt not that you are mightier now than we were when our journey first began. Truly, I have never considered myself inferior to others. Even my own family have made it clear to me that I am surplus to requirements. And it is time you stopped lending an ear to their foolish opinions. Those who speak without consideration do not deserve to have their declarations considered. Listen to the voice of your heart. Hold your head high, and you shall be a hero ere long. I shall, thank you all. I promise I shall not betray the faith you have placed in me. From this moment forth, I shall redouble mine efforts. Though I can cast nary a single spell, that is no impediment to greatness. I shall become a worthy protector of Cantlin. I swear it on myself. I do not doubt it. Pray, take the fairy flute. It will be safer with you than I. I brought it with me in hope that it would bestow unto me the same strength that the great hero once possessed. But you have disabused me of this foolish notion. True strength is earned through effort, not crude imitation. Well, I'm delighted we were of help. Allow me to wish you well on your travels. May we meet again in Cantlin. But before we leave, let's talk to him again. I'm of mind to continue following in Erdrick's footsteps. But misconstrue me not. I seek not to imitate the great hero, but to bolster my confidence. A splendid idea. One would struggle to do much at all if one does not believe in oneself. It is my hope that by this I might one day have the mettle to speak candidly with my kin. After I have apologized for taking the fairy flute without permission, of course. Good. It is always best to air those things out in the open, I say. I think I will pay a visit to Erdrick's grave before I venture forth in earnest, that I might receive his blessing before I depart. Farewell for now, brave heroes. And so, we need to now go to his next destination, which is the Erdrick's Hollow. And we're just going to run all the way to the end of Erdrick's Hollow in order to meet with him. So all the way here at the end of Erdrick's Hollow, we can find him once again. Are you hurt? No, not at all. Pray do not worry on my behalf. I was merely resting my legs. It was a long and arduous journey, for me, I mean. I expect it was rather easier for you. But yeah, we just zoomed here. Of course it was, for we are 4 and you are but 1. What have you done is far more impressive. Please, thou needest not flatter me. And I do not. To adventure alone is no mean feat. Hear, hear. When I think upon the deeds of our heroic ancestor, what always impresses me the most is that he achieved them alone. Though we share his blood, you likely understand how he felt far better than we do. The struggles of a lone hero. Thank you all. You are quite right. I cannot give in when Erdrick did not. Alone, I shall see this journey through to the end. Now I am of a mind to make for Quagmire Cave, as the hero once did. Where he freed Princess Gwelayne from the dragon's clutches. Indeed, alas, no maiden fear or otherwise awaiteth me in the cave, but that shall not deter me. So yeah, our next destination is Quagmire's Cave. So we're going to go ahead and zoom over there, and I have to run all the way to the end where we originally fought the dragon back in Dragon Quest 1. So I'll meet you guys there. So we'll run through Quagmire Cave all the way to the end here. We didn't actually run all this way the first time through here just because we don't have the ultimate key yet. But this time, he'll be waiting for us right in front of the ultimate key chest, where he'll tell us where his next destination is going to be. Highness, I am no hero. I merely did what any decent man would have. Verily, thou wouldst honor me with thy hand in eternal matrimony? Thou wishest to hie to the nearest inn post-haste? Oh, princess, I am most flattered, but I hardly think I am a fitting husband material for a royal beauty such as thee. Are we perchance interrupting something? Zounds, did you hear all that? Yes, we did. Goddess have mercy. I was simply trying to imagine how Erdrick felt, though it appeareth my imagination did rather get the better of me. You need not explain. I understand. You pictured that a fair princess awaited your rescue, that it might give you the courage to brave this cave, did you not? Yes, that about sums it up. Oh, well then you've nothing to feel ashamed of. This active imagination of yours is not something to be cursed, but something to be celebrated. You also do not appear nearly as fatigued as the last time we met. It seems you are growing in strength. Ne'er before have I been complimented for it, nor for my tendency to engage in flights of fancy. Indeed, my brother has oft mocked me ruthlessly on both counts, especially the latter. And he is wrong, for it is this very quality that he has helped you to achieve your goal. Thank you, truly. Now it is time I made for my final destination, the grave of Galen. After that, I shall return home to Cantlin. Allow us to wish you the very best of luck on your last leg of your journey. And so we will go meet him in the grave of Galen. However, we don't have the ultimate key yet, so we can't actually explore it. So we're going to put a little pause on that quest. Instead, we're going to start the quest to actually figure out how to get to our final destination. So let's go ahead and head back to the city of Burrowell, where we can go meet with our friendly monster down in the dungeon. Hello, friend. How are you doing? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, he's just over by the table.
Well met, friends. It's so lovely to see you.
The door to your cell stands open. Is all well?
Oh, all is splendid. The villagers have decided that I need no longer be locked within it, but I am so surpassing fond of it that I have decided to stay. It is no longer a cell, but a home. My home.
Is that so? It seems the townspeople continue to make you welcome. I am very glad to hear it.
Yes, and all is thanks to you, my saviors.
There is something we would ask of you. In order to defeat Foul Hargon, we must needs traverse the mountain range that stands between here and Tislea. But we've heard tell that to do so might be difficult, perhaps impossible for humans such as ourselves. We wish to ask if you might know of a way.
Oh, a way for humans to reach Hargon's dwelling place, you say? Oh, I suppose I have never really thought about such a thing before.
Is aught the matter? You seem rather quiet.
No. It is simply that not so long ago, I advocated for your removal. It does not seem right to simply walk up and cry good day.
Oh, please, there is no need to be so careful on my account. In truth, I have come to see the reason in your argument since my incarceration here. To lose one's home, one's most sacred place, must be both terrifying and saddening in equal measure. Why, if Burrowell were to fall, I fear I would struggle to go on living, and I have lived here only a short while. To lose the home in which one was born and raised must be... Oh, I can hardly imagine.
I do not hate you. Not any longer. I only hope that you do not hate me.
I don't suppose we might ever become friends?
Of course we can. Can we not?
I fear it is not quite so simple. My kind, we did unspeakable things to yours, and I did nothing to stop them.
Yes. But I, in my turn, wish to punish you for crimes you yourself did not commit. We are no better than one another.
Perhaps not. And perhaps this explains the awkwardness between us. No matter what we speak of, all we can think to say to one another is... sorry. What if you were to treat me as something of a confidant? In sharing our thoughts and fears, in helping one another, perhaps apologies might turn to thank yous, and in time, even to friendship. Does that sound like something you might like? Oh, this warms my heart indeed. And in order that the first thank you might come sooner rather than later, allow me to seek out a way for you to cross the mountains.
Thank you. But we must do something for you in return. Please, name it.
Me? Oh, well, I know that this was my idea, but nothing springs to mind. I suppose I'm quite content. But perhaps you might go and seek out a certain village for me, a place by the name of Sluice. There is a man, Rogue, at the end of this corridor who has been ever so worried about it, and as such, I have been a little worried also. Perhaps if you might go and speak with him of what troubles him so?
You are sure? You would not prefer that we did something for your sake?
But this will be for my sake. I want for nothing, only for others to be happy and well.
Then how could we possibly refuse?
I must go and seek out some specifics with regard to how humans might gain entry to Hargon's domain. I shall return ere long. If you could see your way to speaking with Rogue while I am gone, I would be much obliged.
So we'll go ahead and head east in this little cave area. We'll go ahead and go talk to Rogue.
Alack, I am found. 'Tis a fair cop, friend. I, Rogue Fastfinger, do hereby yield to thee. I say, thou seemst big and strong and grown up. Perhaps thou knowest something of Sluice. I am surpassing worried for all my friends there. Couldst thou perchance see thy way to checking on them? Please? Pretty please?
Of course. We had intended to journey there to do just that. But, if I might ask, why do you worry so for their sake?
Why? Because of the oh-so-scary scoundrels that have made their home in the Tower of the Moony Moon nearby, of course. They have turned my poor friends' heads fair upside down.
The Tower of the... And what precisely do you mean by upside down?
Why, I have not the first nor the foggiest clue. I know only that all in that place have grown surpassing strange of late, thanks to those fiends and their plaguey jewel. When I saw some of their numbers sail away, I did seize the opportunity to lock the floodgate, that they might never come back, and that their friends in the tower might never escape, the rogues. With this, might thou unlock it again, and thereby gain passage. Please, I beg of you, go to the tower and drive out the rotten, smelly scoundrels.
Tails obtains the floodgate key. So we're going to go ahead and head to Sluice. We'll go ahead and just zoom on over there. We've been here once before, got everything from this area, but it kind of kicked our butt. It is, oh, can't zoom out of here? Interesting. Okay, can I zoom out of here? Nope. And sometimes it's because there's like a mandatory person you have to talk to. There it is. Was there not something a little strange about our fellow rogue? Strange in what way? To a man full grown, he spoke more as if he were one of us, younger even. I thought the same. To listen to him, one would have thought him an adult at all. No, indeed. Though these cells are surpassing gloomy, their occupants certainly are not. Perhaps, but that is not what I speak. I speak of his air. It was unnatural. Really? Are there not adults who speak in just such a manner? In any case, come, let us await a sluice. Now we get to go to our first real destination. Okay, well, still can't zoom out of here, which means we're gonna have another cutscene as we try to leave? Or can I leave out of here? What the heck? Okay, well, there is another cutscene. Oh my gosh. We're never gonna get out of this place. Ah, if it's not our friend, the young heroes. I trust that all is well. Farewell, enjoyeth company. Continuing peace, thanks to your valiant efforts. I'm full glad to hear it. Elmo 2 continueth to acclimate most magnificently. Elmu? Aye, the fiend you did capture and bring back here to us. He is captive no longer, but instead occupieth his former self of his own free will. He had not a name, so we gave him one, after his peculiar manner of speech. A most charming Mooniker, is it not? Ah, but hear me. I too have become ensnared in his adorable net. Which is to say that we of the village have grown rather fond of our little friend. Would indeed seem so, and he did attest himself to the great happiness he has found here. Though they may be few and far between, it seemeth that there are those among monster kind with whom we humans might reach an understanding. Would that were not true of all fiends. There was literally no reason for that cutscene. Now can I go to Sluice? Thank you. Visitors, forgive me, wanderers, but I am somewhat distracted at present. For reasons I only wish I knew, the better part of the people here have regressed into their minds to childishness. It is most vexatious. If you seek my counsel, it will have to wait. Regressed to childishness. Aye, as the scene before us surely attests. Though to the eye they seem unchanged, inside they are a fractious implings. They scamper hither and yon, japing and jesting and otherwise sowing discord. But their bodies are those of grown men and women, and must surely soon suffer the consequences. And here I am, able to go and consult with the priests in the tower. The tower? Do you mean perchance the Tower of the Moon? We heard tell of troublesome sorts having taken up residence there. Troublesome? Why, quite the contrary. As I say, the men there are men of religion and assorted others such good-natured souls. They even ask that any who visit the village be encouraged to visit them. Mayhap they crave the company of well-traveled souls such as yourselves. Alas, the floodgate is closed at present, and none may go to them until such time as it has been reopened. The floodgate? Aye, some saucy rogue has taken the key. 'Tis the work of one of those addle-pated man or women children, no doubt. Hi, come quickly. The house is floor to ceiling with sticky fingerprints yet again. Will their accursed antics never end? Again? Curse them. My apologies. Perhaps next time I might treat you to a warmer welcome, but for now, I must depart. So these are the upside-down-headed villagers of which Rogue spoke. They are become as children. As is he, or so would his curious manner of speaking suggest. And yet he spoke of the town's inhabitants with fear, not the reverence so recently afforded them. Indeed, men with whom we spoke seemed to think them fine, upstanding people indeed. Suppose we shall have to go and see for ourselves. In order to do which, we shall need to make use of the key entrusted to us by our friend Rogue. I will go ahead and just follow this pathway, and up here in the northwestern corner, we can actually activate this little gate over here, the sluice gate, you might say. The floodgate is opened. I'll say, whenever they're not voiced cutscenes, it is a lot of padding in those scenes. Like, some of this dialogue doesn't need to happen. Now our ship may pass. Indeed, then let us board and make for the Tower of the Moon. So, now we're going to go ahead and zoom out of here. We're actually just going to zoom to Sluice. I think we can just board it here. I could be wrong, though. Let's see. When we step outside... no. My ship is all the way back there. Is there a quick way to get there? I don't think so. I think we have to make the run all the way back. So I'll go ahead and run back to our ship and meet you guys there. All right, back on our ship, we're going to go ahead and sail back down. And we're actually going to take that eastern little river right here. There were two rivers we could have taken all the way back when we first came here. This time, though, we're going to go ahead and take this right pathway. Would have been a little bit unfortunate if you had just come to Sluice, because if you just came to Sluice for the first time, you would have had to go all the way up that left river, all the way around, and then had to come all the way back. You can see right there is our Tower of the Moon, and just like all towers, which we'll be getting to later in this episode, it's going to have a lot of up and downs. A lot of staircases that go up, lead to dead ends, and then all the way back down to the bottom a few different times. For whatever reason, they really like doing that, and I think that's just a this Dragon Quest problem. I don't think they do that in a lot of Dragon Quests after that. We're going to go ahead and go to the right first to get that Musk, Chimera Wing, and 2 Seeds of Defense. And then we're going to go northeast from here to actually get to a little shrine here. This is going to be the shrine east of Sluice. And we can find 2 chests in here we can grab. I believe they are 2 on each side. Over here, we can go ahead and grab an Icicle Dirk, as well as a mini medal. I don't think that Icicle Dirk is better for Matilda, but let me check. Nope. And then on the east side, there's 2 more that we can get, and we'll come back with the ultimate key. This will have a vial of oomph powder, as well as a Crackle Slash scroll. And that's it for here. We're going to go ahead and... yeah, we'll just go step inside the Tower of the Moon real quick. We're not going to do the Tower of the Moon just yet. We're going to go get rid of a bunch of these markers that are on our map just to clean things up a little bit, and because we can get a couple of the living memories already. We'll just go step in the Tower of the Moon just to get it to act as a fast travel point later. So here we are, but again, we're going to ignore it. So instead, let's go ahead and travel over to the lighthouse. We'll go ahead and start here. We're going to go ahead and dive in the water, where we're going to find our first living memory just to the east of the lighthouse, and we're finally going to be picking up a couple of these. I don't think we'll be able to get all of them right now. There's actually... I think there's some we have to come back for. We have the ultimate key, I think. I saw like a little shining spot up there, but I'm hoping I just forget about it. And so right here, we can go ahead and dive down. And just right here is our first living memory. Go ahead and interact with that. Do we actually see anything? Long, long ago, Lady Rubis, the spirit of the land, gave rise to a new world. A world of her own, within yet apart from the one in which she herself came into being. We, her loyal fairies, did watch over her nascent creation and the humans who did inhabit it from afar. As years went by, we kept watching as countless new buds broke forth upon the tree of life, burst into blossom, and then withered away, only to be reborn anew. The memory floats off to the Fairy Palace. Now we'll go ahead and zoom over to the Isle of the Monarch of Metals. I think this stays as your last fast travel point, just make it easy for you to get to. Not going to turn anything in just yet. Instead, we're going to go ahead and board our boat real quick. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and head southwest a little bit. And we're going to see 2 sparkles. Oh, we actually can only see 1. I don't know why we don't have a second objective there. I think we should have at this point. But maybe we just haven't... maybe I'm missing a trigger here, and we came here a little bit earlier. Either way, though, we'll go ahead and grab this one. This is one we want anyways. We can just go ahead and start diving underwater. And directly south of us, we can find our second living memory. I believe this is the second living memory. Yes. One day, Lady Rubus came to us and spoke of a darkness that she sensed growing in her realm. A shadow began to fall across our age of light. Just as Lady Rubus had foretold, the darkness grew ever greater, and from it were born beings of purest night. With their dark magics, they sealed our creator away, trapping her in a prison of stone. Alas, we fairies have not the strength to overcome forces that could best a goddess. It was all we could do to weep for Lady Rubus and grieve her fate. That and pray. Pray that one mighty enough to free her would someday appear before us. Memory floats off to a fairy palace. Then we'll go ahead and zoom over to, I believe we want to go to the one to the east of the Moonahan area. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go to, can we board, I'm trying to figure out what this shrine is. Hold on, so I've never done this, but you can toggle. I want to see which shrine is this one. Shrine south of Middenhall. Let's go ahead and go to this one. And then we can exit here. We'll go ahead and board it. We want to go south. And then our objective here is actually not to even get a living memory. It's just to board a location, enter a location that we can come to later. There goes my holy protection. And you're going to see like a purple ship around this area as we go through here. You'll also see that there's this like darker black area down underneath the water here. This is essentially an area we can dive even deeper into later. But we need to get access to that. That'll actually be what we start next episode with, assuming that I get everything I want to accomplish done in this episode. So again, we're looking for a purple ship. It's just going to be driving around in this location. We'll go check over here. I think there's just a sparkle on the ground. Yes, it is. A steel helmet, steel broadsword. So let me go ahead and just keep driving around this area till we find our ship here. So I haven't seen it yet. So fun fact, the ghost ship that we're looking for actually can appear anywhere underwater. It follows a big pathing that basically stretches across all of the ocean. And we got really lucky there. Oh my gosh. We essentially just wanted to wait in a specific spot. There were a couple different spots we could wait in until it actually appeared. But now you can actually see the ghost ship is on our fast travel list. So we can come back here later. Not gonna do it just yet though. But that's all the stuff we wanted to get right now. We'll be coming back to get a couple of these other things, but we did clear out a couple of the little markers there. So instead, let's go to the Tower of the Moon. There's a boss here, but we're probably not ready to fight it. It can basically two-shot us. So here we are in the Tower of the Moon. Interesting that we spawned this left side, but we'll go ahead and move to the center. Silence. I wish not to see your lips move, only your legs. But when will our wishes be granted? Thou didst make us into a solemn promise, didst thou not? Aye, thou didst swear to make me richer than in my wildest dreams. Silence, I say. The trick is to trust. Lord Hargon's faithful do not harbor doubts. Now follow me, my children. Nay, I trust thee not, and I shall ne'er again listen to a word thou say'st, thou liar. Ugh, charming. If you mean to mither and moan all the way to the ceremony, perhaps I should simply end things here. Stay your hand, fiend. Whatever you mean to do, you shall not be suffered to do it. Huh? What hocus pocus is this? Do not sound like any priest that I have ever encountered. Ha ha ha! Thou hast a keen eye for illusion, human. Just as we thought. How now marvel as I perform my latest trick, the chastening of those who dare stand against Lord Hargon. And here we go. I accidentally clicked A. I forgot I was set to... this is my first fight this episode. We're at 45 minutes in into my first fight. I forgot to change it off of... well, doesn't matter. We're not on Draki Quest mode. We are on Dragon Quest. That was do the most damage possible. That was show no mercy. That's crazy. Caradoc is level 40. We learn Omni Heal, which heals everybody for I think all HP. Seems Rogue was right to worry for his friends. We're in thy debt. That priest did pretend to be a kind and generous soul, only to turn into a wicked fiend all of a sudden. Though in truth, we had already begun to suspect him to be other than he claimed. He did promise that we would be richly rewarded for committing acts of treachery against our very own neighbors. What? The devil? Indeed, but I am an upstanding citizen and told him no, and then he brought us here. He tried to do away with us. Come, we must away home before any of his friends find us. Yeah, what you're supposed to do there is basically do what we did and use attack all spells like Kazap and Kakrackle. We just got lucky. It is not so different from what befell Rippleport and Moonahan, do you not think? Might this be the Fiend's base of operation, perhaps? Perhaps. Scoundrels, disguising themselves as humans in order that they might wreak further havoc, they shall pay. So, here we go. We have multiple staircases per usual. We'll go ahead and start by heading to the southwestern corner. And we'll go up these stairs. Get ready for a ton of up and down staircases like usual. And then we'll go ahead and go over here. And we'll grab a prayer ring from there. Then we'll go back downstairs. And we'll go to the northwestern corner where we can find not only a chest, but we'll go up these stairs over here as well. So we'll go ahead and grab this one. I think this is a really bad chest. Yeah, Moonward Bulbs. Even more, my favorite. We'll go up these stairs. We'll go ahead and go to the center of the room and then up north, where we can find another scroll chest. This one will be the Harvest Moon Scroll, which I believe Matilda has right now. We'll go to the southeastern corner. I'll make sure I'm going to the right area. And we'll go down this staircase. And right over here, we will have a chest with our very first Mimic. This is not a cannon box, this is a Mimic. We're just going to keep it on the strongest attacks. Since the AI knows more than I do about which one's going to do most... Well, that sucks. I'm going to swap Caradoc over to Follow Orders and have Caradoc use Kazing on Tails. But we might kill here. Nope, we missed. There's the Kazing. Man, that was brutal. Go ahead and go back to Show No Mercy. I think we're going to have a few. As I've said, when you find one, there's going to be a bunch in here. Good thing Whack doesn't land. And there we go. We get some XP, but nothing out of this chest. Yeah, there's a chance you get some items dropped from it. From here, we want to go through the left staircase in this little center area. And we can head up here. And, of course, we have yet another Mimic. So go ahead and just clear through this guy again. And upon defeating this Mimic, we get a Headsman's Axe. That is hold on, that's insane. Is this one that only sometimes hits? Yep, so this is one where sometimes you'll hit, but sometimes you'll miss. And if you do hit, you will crit, I believe, every time. It's really good for farming metal slimes. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and head back down and go up this staircase. And right here will be a mini medal. We'll go to the southeastern corner of this floor. And there'll be another hidden item in the center of this little square here with a Seed of Magic. We'll go ahead and head back up to where we just got that mini medal and head up the stairs here. Surely protection lasted a little bit longer. I think we could probably teach someone Padfoot, but I'm not worried about it. Padfoot doesn't guarantee we don't get into any encounters. So we're going to go ahead and go south. One of these is going to be a Hypno Whip scroll, and the other one will be the Scourge Whip. We'll go ahead and head up to the northeastern corner of this floor, and we'll go up to the next floor. This chest is, of course, going to be a Mimic, so we'll go ahead and defeat this one. And this Mimic, is it going to drop me anything? Nope, no drop from this one. Sad. Then we're going to go to the southwestern corner to get this chest. This one is a real chest. They're not all Mimics, just most of them. This one will have a magic water. Then we're going to go ahead and go east. And then we'll go all the way down to the first floor using this staircase. It's quite a bit of a ways down here. But down here will be another chest we can grab. And you might think, because it's so far down here, it's got to be a good item, right? Nope, it's another Mimic. And that was the last Mimic here. Ooh, we actually get something from this one. Another Headsman's Axe. Dang, I was hoping it was a little bit better than that. And we're a little low on MP, but I think we're going to go ahead and try to fight the boss. So we can go ahead and run all the way back up to the 5th floor, where we came down this little, basically, spiral staircase. And from back up here, we're going to take this staircase going up to the final floor. And we're just going to follow it all the way to a boss fight here. This is a boss fight we've actually already heard about. And if you've played other Dragon Quest games, you might recognize him. Or I guess this isn't the exact one. This is a Lunagriff. Cast thy mind back to thy hatchling days, when thou didst fly free and easy, acting upon thine every urge, when thou wert all and others are as nothing. Return to the halcyon days of thy youth. Wing the way back there. But weep not when thou rememberest such times as thy most fervent desires were denied, for now thou possessest the power to take whatsoever thou desirest by force. Go now, fly forth, do what thou wilt, discard those who do not serve thy purpose. Fly free, do as we wilt, be very, very naughty, return to our youth. And let's do it. Stop that right this minute. Huh? What were we... Run, quickly, ere the fiends gobble you up. I say. Why must you stick your beaks in? We were just about to rob these feather-brained humans of their reason and restraint. And it is that crystal ball behind you that grants you this power? That it is, I, mighty Pazuzu in his owlish wisdom did discern that humans might be more easily turned to evil when reduced to a childlike state. And truly, reducing them so with the crystal's power is a thing to behold. They act with a selfishness so pure that one might squawk to see it. So if the crystal is shattered, they will return to themselves? Huh. And thou thinkest that I will follow that? Flap not thy lips so carelessly, little human. You, take the treasure to Lord Pazuzu, fly. Inform him that the chicklings we seek are here. I shall see that they are trussed up like the turkeys they undoubtedly are. Why, certainly. I shall leave things here in your capable hands. I hear that you are quite the little troublemakers, but I shall feather my nest with trophies of your defeat nonetheless. Now come, flutter and flap all you will. I shall be the one crowing in the end. You would learn the truth of the rumors? So be it. Have at thee, rogue. This isn't going to be that difficult of a fight. We will go ahead and take over, though. We're going to open with pretty much just cattle prods because they're weak to it. We'll go ahead and get a probably just Kazap is probably the best thing we can do here. We'll go ahead and open with a Oomph on Tails, and then probably just Frizzles, I would guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to Wizardly Waft here. We went through a lot of MP getting up here with all those mimics. You see we're doing 327 damage with a Kazap. Ooh, Matilda can't cast spells. I think that's, well, kind of sucks, but we'll be fine. And now we're just going to keep doing pretty much the same things over and over again. Kazap, we'll go ahead and actually get a magic barrier up, and then Matilda can't really do much, so Thin Air it is. Since he is a little bit weaker to that. Gyarados is going to be able to get, I think, one more Kazap off. We probably want to hold off, though, because we want him to have a little bit of MP, so that way he can do a Oh, can no one cast spells? Oh, that might be a problem. Let's go ahead and lightning slash. We will no, we'll just mid heal myself, and then another thin air.
Do not lose focus.
We should be fine here. We are way above our recommended level. Ooh, Pierno, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Lightning slash. I really wish Caradoc didn't get hit with this. Gust slash. We're just gonna multi-heal. And then Kafriz.
Multi-heal.
Because Caradoc can Omni heal here and get Pierno back up to full. Or honestly, just a full heal. Ow. He healed up a little bit there. Cattle Prod, which is nice. I think we win in like 2 turns. We'll Cattle Prod, and then I'm actually going to open with a... I can't Omni heal. That sucks. We'll go ahead and go for another Kazap, a multi-heal, and then Kafriz. This might be enough. It's going to be close. It depends what he does on this turn. There's a chance we beat him here. Propeller Blade sucks. Kaswoosh sucks, but everyone survives Kaswoosh. A Kazap, and then Tails probably finishes with this with the Cattle Prod. No, but it's so close. Yeah, we are so close. Let's go over with a Zapple, multi-heal, Kafriz. Kafriz might take care of this, actually, before he gets a chance. No, Caradoc. Okay, that's fine. Oh, Caradoc got paralyzed, and then he heals. Oh, no. And the Cattle Prod doesn't do it because he healed off that. Oh, that sucks. I mean, we're in that still like same territory where we're gonna kill any second now, and this is a boosted. Never mind, that'll do it. I probably should have shown off what happens when they get below 50, and I could have done like a powered up spell, but yeah, it got a boosted critical spell there. 13,200 XP. Curses, his companion escaped with the crystal. Indeed, and until it is shattered, the people of Sluice may not be returning to their senses. What drives the fiends to torment we humans so? I cannot comprehend it. Nor do I. They do not merely attack us, but take things to such spiteful extremes as to beg our belief. What are you about, sister? Behold, the fiend did clutch this to his chest most tightly. It is an item of great importance, of that we can be certain. How very clever of you to notice it. But what is it, and what is it for? Huh. I hear waves. As do I. So it has some connection with the sea. Alas, I fear that tells us remarkably little. The fiend we slew told its companion to make haste to wherever this Pazuzu might be found, did it not? Mayhap Pazuzu too has some connection with the sea, and only by finding the fiend might we break the crystal and save the people of Sluice. But how will we do that? Let us return to Burrowell. Elmu will surely have returned by now. Perhaps he knows something of where the leaders of Hargon's armies lurk. Indeed. Rogue will also wish to know of how the people of Sluice fare. Come then, to Barrowell. Tails obtains a moon shard. But before we leave this area, make sure our holy protection's up, and right over here to the right, we can get a chest with the spooky aura scroll. Now, we're just going to go ahead and go straight to Burrowell. I'll heal up after Burrowell. There's not a fight or anything here. So go ahead and run over here and go talk to Elmu and see what he's got for us. After this, we just have like a single boss fight, but we'll be able to heal up before the boss fight. It actually won't be here. It's just to where we'll travel to. Hello, Elmu. Have you learned how we can get into Hargon's lair?
It is so very good to see you all. I have the most fabulous news to share. There is a way over the mountains. tunnel that leads straight beneath the mountains to Erdrick, and near to its entrance in the uplands, a teleportal!
These are glad tidings indeed. We're in your debt, Elmu, truly.
But where is the partner portal to this teleportal to be found, I wonder?
I too wondered this, and did travel through the portal to attempt to ascertain its destination. Alas, I found my way blocked when I reached the other side. I am sorry, truly. This, the most important thing of all, is the one thing I could not discern.
Not at all. You have confirmed that there is a way. This alone is priceless knowledge.
Indeed it is. We owe you a debt of deepest gratitude.
If I have truly proved myself useful, then I am over the moon!
Oh, but you have. And we, in our turn, did what we could to help the people of Sluice, as you asked.
Pazuzu's whereabouts? I believe he dwells upon an island somewhere, in the depths of a cave, if I recall correctly. But the ocean in those parts is treacherous indeed. I fear that no human vessel will be able to get close.
Nonetheless, you provide us with yet more priceless intelligence. How is it that you know so much?
I was instructed to take up a placement under his command at one point, though I did exercise myself most mightily in trying to avoid it. If I recall, there was an object by means of which one might draw close to his cave, even in a large boat. The Moon Shard.
Could this be the object of which you speak?
It is! It is! Stupendous! Marvelous! Amazing!
Then we shall be able to enter the cave in which Pazuzu dwells. Let us journey there forthwith and destroy the crystal, that the poor people of Sluice might be released from their enchantment.
Do not forget that we must also locate the other end of the teleportal to Erdrick.
Perhaps we might ask the King of Durkendor. He is ever well informed. I can think of no one more likely to know such a thing.
He was wary of Lord Hargon's encroachment also. Perhaps he has been exploring avenues we ourselves have not considered.
Then it is decided.
One more thing ere you set forth. The cave at the other end of the teleportal, that too will you find it somewhat difficult to enter, for the way is blocked to all save those able to proffer proof of their sincere belief in the majesty of Almighty Hargon. That proof most often takes the form of a gruesome statuette. I believe Pazuzu might be in possession of one. So if you do go to face him, be sure to seek this idol out.
Truly, we could not owe you more, little friend. You were a veritable fount of invaluable information.
My manner of speech suits you marvelously. How melodious it sounds coming from your mouth! Very well. I will fly ahead to the upland clearing, there to await your coming. I pray that you gain access to the teleportal ere long. In the meantime, I shall ensure that no moonsters draw near to it. After all, we cannot have you running smack bang into Hargon's minions the moment you arrive.
But you have done so very much for us already. If Hargon's underlings discover that you are in league with we humans, surely things will not end well for you.
Nonsense! I will be fine. I shall play my part with the utmost conviction, and thereby earn my place in this tale of heroes. Forgive me, I overstepped the mark. It is presumptuous indeed of me to say such things.
Poppycock, you are one of us now.
Very well, then I will await your coming. See you soon, friends.
So our next destination is Durkendor. Let's go ahead and heal up and then head on over there. So back here in Durkendor, we're just going to go ahead and go ask the king if he's learned anything about Hargon. Hello, Sir King. We're here to ask for your wisdom.
Oh, you are returned. How goes your adventure? Though, were it plain sailing, 'tis unlikely you would knock at my door.
'Tis as thou sayest, Majesty. We search for a route by which we might reach what was once the kingdom of Erdrick. We know that there is a teleportal behind a wall of mountains, close to a cave which leadeth to the Erdrick plateau. This teleportal appeareth our only means of reaching Hargon's lair. Alas, we have been unable to find the portal it is paired with. This is why we come before thee today, to ask if thou knowest aught of said teleportal.
Most impressive. Those who knew this much could be counted on one hand. Until now.
So you know of this portal too?
Aye. My late father did learn of it from his bosom friend, the Prince of Erdrick. 'Twas on his deathbed that my father entrusted the secret to me, along with a task of momentous import, to guard the location of the portal and to guard his friend.
Majesty, dost thou mean the Prince of Erdrick yet liveth?
If you would hear the rest of my tale, then prove yourselves worthy. Show to me that you have the strength to see His Highness's wish, my father's wish, realized at last.
You do not mean to test us yourself, do you?
Ha! You thought me content to rule the strong with authority alone. Nothing could be further from the truth. Only the mightiest are fit to command the mighty. Now, come. Bare your souls in battle. Convince me you are the ones who will end Hargon's tyranny.
So we have to best the king in battle. We'll just go ahead and do it. We're probably as strong as we can get for it. And steel yourselves, for you have never faced a trial such as this. We might have fought harder before. Let's do it. We're just going to be using our strongest moves pretty much every turn. Let's go ahead and muster strength. Let's get a kabuff up. We actually, I don't think, need to do anything else with the magic barrier, so we'll hit tails with that. And then probably just keep using Frizz with Matilda there. And we go critical. 534 damage. We muster our strength with an oomph. He uses multi-fist. That's interesting, because I'm about to do the exact same thing. Multi-fists. And then we will go ahead and... We got the kabuff up, but we still took a ton of damage there. Let's go with a Kazap. Ooh, actually, could I power up my multi-fists? No, I can't. Unfortunate. A Kazap. And then we will go for a multi-heal and another Kafrizz.
Multi-heal! Thank you very much. Kafrizz!
This is a tough fight. As you can see, he acts 3 times per turn. And yeah, he can drop your party members very, very quickly. Right there, we did over, I think, 1,000 damage with that single multi-fist, which is why it's like, it's kind of insane. We actually are going to end up wanting to use Omni heals here, just so that way we can't power up. We can power up Kaboom. Let's do that. We want to be using Omni heals, so that way we get full heals on our team. There's a big Banga for 384. We get a Kafrizz.
Much better.
We get an Omni heal. We're going to muster our strength again.
Just a moment.
He musters his strength. So this is a problem. We could take a ton of damage here, depending on what he decides to use. We're going to get our kabuff up again. We're going to do a multi-heal, and then we're going to pray. That's about it, because if he uses multi-fists, he could drop my entire team right here with a powered-up multi-fist. I think Tails would be fine, but pretty much everyone else would drop.
This is not over yet.
There's a Chant of Champions. That boosts everything. No, okay, we miss. He misses on that, which is perfect. We'll do another multi-fist. We're just going to go for damage now. There's no reason not to. He is almost defeated, and he also is at the point where he's going to be buffed, so we're going to do less damage from him. Ooh, there we go. We went critical. I think that means we win here. I don't think there's any way he survives a critical Kaswoosh. Turn, at least. Let's see. Multi-fists. No, it's not enough. That's fine. We get attack-attackered. Multi-fist, Kazap. We'll get another Oomph on Tails and a Kafrizz. I know we're getting close. Like, it can't be much more HP. Yep. Just that amount of HP.
Enough.
Perfect.
I surrender.
Thank you, Majesty.
And the King of Durkendor is defeated. We get 8,008 experience. Tails reaches level 41. Cutting Edge. I believe that's his final ability. Interesting, nobody has Omni Slash, I don't think. Oh, no, they're powered up in this game. Because it was the same with Dragon Quest 1. It's just a powered up move. We get the Nobleman's Knife for defeating him.
Majestic! Words can scarce do your might justice. Congratulations are in order, my young heroes.
We would not have grown nearly so strong were it not for all those who have aided us on our long journey, thyself included. Though our aim may be unchanged since the very first day our adventure began, we know now that it is within our reach.
So if you know aught that might help us slay foul Hargon and restore peace to the world, then we beg you to share it.
All that we want is to put an end to this meaningless suffering. Please.
Very well. No doubt you have heard the tale of Erdrick's fall. How Hargon laid the kingdom to waste and put its royal family to the sword. This much is true, save for one exception. The prince. He alone survived. He concealed his identity, beginning life anew far from his ravaged home. Patiently did he await the coming of one who could vanquish Hargon, that he might tell them of the one remaining route by which they might journey to his motherland.
Pray tell us, where may we find the prince?
Why, you have found him already. Scour your memories. Who was it that sent you to me? Did you not find it odd that an unassuming fellow such as he should send you to seek a king half the world away? 'Twas to test you, to see if you had the fortitude to cast the High Priest into the pit whence he came. Though you all hail from a line steeped in heroism, in life's grand tapestry, you are but babes. He could not believe so easily that you were the ones he awaited. But you have convinced me, and that, I trust, will be enough to convince him. You know where you must head next, I trust.
Thank you, Majesty.
Would that I could join you in this last great battle. Alas, my duty is to my kingdom, and I must remain here to see it safe.
You must do right by your people, as any monarch should.
To Baron, then. The priest awaits.
So after defeating that boss, we'll go ahead and make a quick stop over at Baron. We're actually not going to do much here, but we do just want to go ahead and get this objective completed so we can come back later. This will essentially lead us to the end of the game. Essentially, it'll lead us on the path to the end of the game. We're not done just yet. We still have a lot of objective markers still on our map that we have to find before we actually end the game off. So go ahead and head inside the church. And in here, we'll go down these stairs and talk to the priest.
Ah, the young heroes. You have grown much since last we met.
Father, we spoke with the King of Durkendor. He told us of your identity and the path that you protect.
Goddess, then he is certain that you are the ones we have awaited.
The fairies have agreed to give to us the power we will need to lay Hargon low once and for all. Thus we come before thee today to ask that thou wouldst put thy trust in us too, Father. Nay, Highness.
It has been a long, long time since anyone addressed me so. Not since that fateful night. Hargon launched an assault on my kingdom, the likes of which had ne'er been seen before. The Royal Guard and I did our utmost to hold the enemy at bay, that the people might be granted more time to escape. Yet, as fatigue set in, and the monstrous horde advanced ever further, it began to dawn on us that the end was nigh. Then, all of a sudden, one of the 3 loyal guards who had remained with me till the end did grab me roughly. How he ranted and railed, his regrets for the life he could have led, the dreams that were robbed of him, all because he had no choice but to serve we wretched royals. After saying his piece, he pushed me away with the fullness of force. My head buffeted a rock, and I swooned to the earth. When I awoke, my guard had been slaughtered to a man. Only I had been spared, like as not, because the fiends thought me dead already. A deep hatred was birthed within me that day. And not only for the High Priest Hargon, I cursed my parents for falling before me. I cursed the guardsmen who cast the blame at my feet. I cursed those who escaped with their lives when so many others did not. I cursed the world. Looking back on it now, 'tis clear that this too was Hargon's doing. Myself and my fellow guardsmen were driven to despair, turning on each other in our helplessness. I was left broken, desperate for revenge, yet incapable of exacting it. And so I languid, my heart consumed by fear and loathing. Yet, amidst the darkness, there was a single spark of light, the hope that one day a hero might come forth to slay the fiend. This is why I protected the path. In all honesty, I had begun to believe that my life's mission had been in vain. As the years went by, the spark faded. Until I met you. Pray, come closer. Give me your hands.
What just happened?
I have bestowed upon you the blessing of my family. With this, The path before you lieth open. When you are ready, enter the door at the back of the church. It leadeth to Erdrick, and thence to the hall of Hargon. 'Tis sealed with a spell that only those who bear the blessing of Erdrick may open it, whether from without or from within. Only you may pass through. At last, I have played my part. Would that I could have lived to revel in Hargon's end, but alas, the flame of my life burns low and will soon be extinguished.
How can you say that when you've already waited so long? Fight a while longer and live to see him fall.
Precisely. We shall return to you when Hargon is no more.
Do not give up the ghost until then. We beg you.
Perhaps you are right. Though my life's flame may have dwindled, you young heroes have kindled hope in me anew. Mayhap I can wait a little longer.
Hear, hear.
But for now, I must rest, that I might have the strength to celebrate your triumphant return.
Yeah, sorry about that. Controller died thing. I changed the batteries before I started filming today, and yet it still died somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe they just didn't charge properly, and I couldn't pause because we were in one of the automated cutscenes. So we were kind of just stuck there together until I was able to quickly change the batteries. So we're going to go ahead and go back to Durkendor. We can basically take a pause on this. I think we actually need the ultimate key to make it through there. Instead, we're going to go deal with Pazuzu. We had heard about him from our friend, kind of going all over the place this episode. There's just a lot of like loose end quest lines. I think the problem I've had with this game that wasn't really an issue with Dragon Quest 1 or 3 is there's too many loose end quest lines. Like there's 4, 5, 6, 7 something markers on the map, and you can kind of go to them in any order, but not really. And it just feels like there's too many options for you to explore, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. I believe we just need to go ahead and interact with this. We'll go ahead and use our Moon Shard. And we now have the ability to remove reefs, which is actually very good because the best place to grind, at least till you get to the final dungeon, is actually that little island right there in the center of the map that you can see that we've not been able to get to, just south of Moonbrook. And we couldn't get to it because it was surrounded by reefs. So now we can remove those. But either way, let's go ahead and head into the second to last dungeon of this episode. This is going to be the last boss we fight in this episode. Now, brother, remember, we are to destroy the crystal and find the statue that opens the path to Erdrick. I am well aware, sister. What manner of idle-pated nincompoop do you take me for? Well, now that we all have our purpose, let us proceed. But do so with caution. I expect we will be in Pazuzu's presence ere long. We have been unable to vanquish any of the Hargon's commanders that we have faced thus far, and Pazuzu will doubtless prove a tough as test as Belial and Mariella, if not tougher. We must steel ourselves for the threat that awaits. Yeah, this is a very difficult fight. In fact, the reason it's so hard is because, we actually need to go rest. I didn't even realize that. Let's go ahead and zoom back to Middenhall, but I can explain why here in a second. It's essentially difficult because he's going to be able to cast Whack on you. So to make it easier, you could get the death-resistant gear that you can buy in the Fairy Palace. I'm going to try to do it without it. If we need to, we can always leave and come back. But that's really the reason it's going to be difficult. Other than that, I wouldn't say it's going to be any harder than some of the other bosses we fought. So we're going to go back to Volcanic Grotto. That is the name of this dungeon. Now, Volcanic Grotto is interesting and unique because you are actually going to take fire damage as you walk. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to change Whistle to be, I believe, is it Safe Passage? Yes. It's going to make it so we don't take damage as we walk around. So we'll go ahead and Safe Passage and Holy Protection. And we're going to be able to cross this fire like it's nothing. We'll go ahead and go across these fire rocks, and all the way at the end we can get a chest. I wouldn't say this dungeon is very long. What's very nice is that there is only one way down. It's not like all the other towers we've been in recently. I actually think we're pretty much done with towers at this point. Like, the closest thing to a tower we'll find is probably the final dungeon of the game, and then the post-game dungeon. And then we'll go ahead and head back, and we'll go south. And then we'll go west and south again. And I believe down in this room, we can interact with this little top square, find a Seed of Magic. And then we're going to go ahead and go northwest to find another chest. This one will have the Serpent Sword. I don't know if it's better than our current sword. We'll find out. Let's see. Tails. Am I blind or do I just not see it? Oh, no, it's bad. That's why I didn't see it. We'll go ahead and go down to the next floor, Holy Protection and Safe Passage. We'll just apply both. I don't know if they have the same countdowns, but just in case. And we'll take the southwestern exit this time. Go down this stairs. And then, why did Safe Passage just run out? I wonder if we have to wait. We'll go ahead and go down here, and we're going to have a Mimic fight here. It kind of sucks. I wish we didn't have to deal with this right now. I don't think there's a few Mimic chests here. It just sucks because I don't want to waste all my MP for this fight. Let's go ahead and just deal with him real quick. And upon defeating him, we will get... Oh, he did drop us a Headsman's Axe. Cool. I mean, that's all just stuff to sell. Also, yeah, they can double cast the whack, and it is brutal. So we'll go ahead and get Matilda and Piernell back up. And then from here, we'll go ahead and run up northwest and grab this chest, which will actually have a fire blade in it. That actually might be better for my protagonist. It is just slightly better. We'll go ahead and throw that on. And then now there are 8 staircases. Remember how I said there's not too many? Well, most of them actually just lead to just immediate dead ends. So we'll go ahead and start here first. The first one we want to go to, or the one that we actually want to go to, is that one in the northwestern corner. So instead, we're going to go ahead and head over here. And we're going to take, not this staircase, we're going to go to this one. And this one's going to lead us to, you guessed it, another Mimic. There goes Safe Passage, we'll throw that back on. There goes Holy Protection, throw that back on. I believe, yeah, it's just a dead end here. So go ahead and pick this one up. This is going to be our Mimic fight. And we'll deal with this. Get down without anybody getting killed by a thwack. Much less XP this time around, and nothing from it. So from here, we're going to go ahead and follow this path south to this stairs. And if we go north from here, we're going to have a lot of just stopping because of the Safe Passage and the Holy Protection wearing off. Over here, we'll find a chest with a prayer ring. Then we're going to go back down here, and we're going to go east and down the staircase over here at the end. And this one is basically just a... Well, it's not quite a dead end, but we're going to be able to find a chest with a mini medal in it. So we'll go ahead and just follow this passageway all the way till we get to the chest. You can see it all the way up there. I wanted to make sure we were on the right floor here. There goes our Holy Protection. Grab this mini medal. And then we'll go ahead and go down to the 4th floor. And we'll go northwest with our Safe Passage on. And we can open this chest for a Focus Hocus scroll. Then we're going to go ahead and go back up to the 2nd floor. And we're essentially just going to continue on. So I'll go ahead. We have to run it pretty far back. It actually might even be easier just to zoom back to the entrance of the Volcanic Grotto and work from here. Because it's the one in the far northwestern corner. So we need to still run all the way back down to the 2nd floor, but I'll just meet you guys there. So back down here on the 2nd floor, we're now going to go ahead and go in this northwesternmost staircase up this lava steps. And go down the stairs here. And we lose our safe passage once again. We're just going to hold off on doing that. We can actually check our map, and there's a ton of exits, but we're only going to be taking the ones we need. So we're going to go ahead and get this. I think this is a Mimic chest. Yeah, of course it is. Easy Mimic defeated. Nothing from this one, though. And we're going to go ahead and grab this chest. This one will have a Seed of Strength. We're not going to go down that staircase. It leads us to a dead end. Instead, we're going to go south and just keep following this to the southwestern corner, where we can go down this staircase, which will just be a dead end with a chest for us with some gold coins. Now we'll go ahead and head back up. And we want to go to this large area with all these little exit points. We're going to start by getting safe passage up. And we'll go down this staircase first. And there goes safe passage. I feel like this goes away like every time. This will be a Mimic fight, but we'll go ahead and fight it real quick. There's that Mimic defeated. And this one drops us a Headsman's Axe. Perfect. We'll go ahead and head back up. I wonder if safe passage goes away when we just enter a new floor. Definitely feels that way. And then we're going to go to the northwestern corner, avoiding all these holes as we go. And there'll be a chest here. This is a real one. This is magic armor. Pretty bad, but we'll take it. Then we're going to go to a specific hole over here. We want to go to the second from the top. So right here, we'll go ahead and drop down this one. And there goes our safe passage. We can grab the Banishing Bell. And if we safe passage again, we can actually go grab this chest all the way over here on the far left, which will have a flame shield. Let me grab it. There we go. And the last thing we're going to do is go over here. And this will lead us down to the last area here. We probably didn't need to save passage. There's going to be a boss fight ahead. We can run back, but I'm actually going to see. Do we have... I want to sort. Do we have the item that will let us... Prayer ring? Yeah, this is the MP item. We're just going to start using a couple of the prayer rings. There's a chance it breaks when you use it. But there's that ring gone. We'll hit Caradoc with a few of them. That ring crumbles at us too. Okay, we're going to try it like this. I lost 2 rings there, which kind of sucks. But here we go. We're going to have our fight against Pazuzu. Pretty difficult fight because he's going to cast Whack on us a bunch. If you have Holy Talismans, you can prevent that. But we're going to try without it.
If you were attacked in the Tower of the Moon, then you should have fought back. Now you're here, you might as well make yourself useful. Bring me that which I desire, post haste. Do I make myself clear? Crystal!
That's it! The statue that will grant us access to the home of the Horde of bananas.
I very much doubt Erdrick of all places is full of fresh fruit. The only Horde we will find there is Hargons.
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me, I was thinking with my stomach again.
We can fill our bellies when we are done. First, we must fulfill our mission. Is everyone ready?
Guests! Imbeciles! I said to make their minds as children, not their bodies!
My lord, these are the infidels who attacked us in the tower. are the miniature meddlers the High Priest spoke of, the scions of Erdrick. We thought your fathers would pose us the greatest threat. Little did we know it would come from their callow spawn. Underestimating you is the only mistake the High Priest has yet made.
Tell me, were you involved in the attack on Moonbrook?
Please, no. That was Belial's handiwork.
Swear on your life.
Fine, I swear. We champions each have our own part to play. Mine is to spread the word of the children and leave no good soul unturned. Belial is charged with whittling away your resistance. Atlas spends his days searching for sigils. And then there's Mariella. Frankly, I've no idea what she gets up to down in the depths. Now, can you leave? My bananas provide better conversation than you lot. And I'm really not in the mood for a fight today. Just go.
You think us less than bananas?
I think you are intelligent enough to know when you are outmatched.
I am willing to accept that you are a formidable enemy. Such is evidence from the aura of evil that surrounds you. But we do not fear you.
Hey! Do you have any idea how many souls I sacrificed to make that thing? You should have accepted my generosity and fled while you had the chance! Because you will not leave here with your lives now!
Here we go, the fight against Belial. Let's go ahead and make sure we follow orders, and let's do this. We're going to open with a Helm Splitter, and then we're probably just going to be casting Kazaps. We will go ahead and use a Insulate, because he does have a Breath attack. And then for her, we actually don't think we have her best ability. I think her best ability is this one right here, which she hasn't learned yet. So I think instead, we'll just go ahead and Kafriz. Yeah, he's not going to take too much damage from it, unfortunately. There's our Kazap doing 300 damage. Oh, thank God that missed. There's our Thwack. As long as it doesn't hit Caradoc, we are totally fine. There's the defense decreased. Now we'll go ahead and muster strength. And another Kazap. And then we're going to go ahead and oomph up. Ooh, we actually don't need a oomph yet. Let's go with the Dazzle. This guy is very susceptible to Dazzle. Well, he isn't affected by it this time around, so that's unfortunate. We'll go ahead and we have to oomph next turn, though. That's what I was worried about, was taking some damage there. We muster our strength. Then we will Cattle Prod. We will Omni Heal. We can oomph Tails, and then another Kafriz. Would have liked to get the Dazzle, because I think then Matilda could have used the Persecutor or Persecutor. Ooh, that was a big hit on Pyranel, and Caradoc is out of MP now. You just saw how much I did with Tails there. I'm pretty sure one more hit like that will kill. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then... Ooh, this is tough. We will mid-heal Pyranel, because that's like the best we can do right now. And then I think... Let's just... Kaswoosh, and then Kafriz. And we have to get lucky here. If we're lucky, we'll kill next turn. There's the Fizzle. Doesn't affect. There's the Thwack. Okay, that's fine. They can hit Matilda. As long as it did not hit Tails, that's all we cared about. Because right here, we Cattle Prod. We can go for a... I think Kamikaze would be crazy right now. A normal attack. And then we're just going to try to get her up. If we can get her up, that'll be best because, well, that's fine. She won't get any XP from this fight, unfortunately. And we should kill right here with Tails. No, we didn't. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, well, that's not good. Heal Piranel. Piranel's asleep. Matilda's gonna miss out on this XP, but oh wow, it still didn't kill. There goes Piranel. I'm out of revive, so we're just gonna go for kills. We can always grind later if we need to. Cattle prod and attack. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Well, we end up getting the kill. Very unfortunate we didn't get XP on Piranel or Matilda, but we can always grind it later if we need to. 33,000 XP is a big hit to miss out on, though. Oh, that's so much I missed out on. Unfortunate.
Not bad. But then again, that last banana was a little on the flavorless side. I'll have to lay some tastier ones in stock before next time.
There will be no next time.
Oh, really? Bah!
Curses! Not a single one of these rogues values those who serve them. They're despicable indeed.
Please spare me!
Answer me this. Do you regret serving this egoist who abandoned you to your fate?
I do.
Then you must pay penance by relinquishing that strange statue to us.
Of course. What is mine is yours.
We get the false idol.
Hurrah! Not only did we crack the crystal and save the people of Sluice, but we have the key to Hargon's domain too.
Indeed. I believe we now have everything we need to face him. The idol, which will allow us entrance to Erdrick, and the fairy flute, by which we might wake Lady Rubis.
The end is in sight. Let us make for the fairy's palace.
As they said, the end is in sight, and we actually get some upgrades to our soul sigils, but we're not done just yet. There's one last thing we want to get, and when I say one last thing, really there's a little bit more we want to get, but essentially one last thing. We'll go ahead and use the false idol to open this door, where we can get the Suit of Whaler's Mail. This is actually an upgrade for Caradoc. It's cursed, that's why I said it's a upgrade for him specifically. And now we're going to make a quick pit stop back in the Mermaid's Sanctuary. I think this is technically a non-combatant area now. I think we can just freely run around in here. But we're going to go ahead and I don't even think I need to have safe passage on. We're going to use this staircase to go down. Well, actually, Holy Protection just in case. And we can go down to the second floor. I think we want to go... We'll go down this staircase over here. I don't know the exact pathing we need to take. We'll go ahead and take this staircase down. And then, yeah, there's an item shop over here to the north. We can actually step in there. There's a better piece of gear here for both Piranel and for Matilda. I don't know if we'll be able to get them both the equipment, but I think we can at least buy one. So we'll go up here. And this lady will actually sell us the magic bikini. We'll go ahead and give that to probably Matilda. Did that change her outfit? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, well, that is an outfit changer. We'll go ahead and head south. Did I have another... Did I bought another one? I guess I can. I'm not going to, but I could. Now, we're actually going to go down to the third floor to get our next item. And this one is actually... I think I might need to go up here first. Yeah, I think I can come over here. And I need to go down right here. It's like in this bottom left corner area. We can actually find a hidden item right in here. That is a Psych Swiper. I don't know at all what that is. Let me see. Is it in equipment? That's a shield. Oh, okay. Well, is it better for Tails? Can't even equip it. Is it better for Karadak? Can't even equip it. Is it better for Pierno? Nope. Is it better for you? Yeah, the Psych Swiper right there. We do want to give this Shield of Shame to you, right? Yeah, we still want to go give that to Karadak, so I need to remember to do that. So now we're going to go to the Fairy Palace. Actually, I'll swing by Middenhall and just move that shield real quick. So now we're going to come back to the Fairy Palace, and we have to do another set of talking to the fairies and talking to the mermaids. So we'll go ahead and start by running up to the top of this area to talk to the Queen of the Fairies. And see if she tells us where we need to go next.
Well, would you look at you lot? You finally have everything you need, and your accomplishment stands as a testimony to your unrelenting bravery. Well done, all of you. Hold your heads high. But anyway, back to business. To awaken Rubis from her slumber, you will need to visit the shrine that bears her name. It lies southeast of here, deep beneath the waves. The shrine itself is protected by a barrier of light. One which can only be dispelled with the soothing tones of Lorelei's harp.
Which we already have. Let us head there immediately.
Not so fast, Princess. The harp you have doesn't have the magic to dispel the barrier. Its true power must be restored.
But how?
Long ago, we and the mermaids decided to divide the harp's power in order to better protect Rubis.
One can never be too cautious.
There is only one person who can restore it to its former glory. Seek out the Queen of the Mermaids and ask for her help.
Very well. Let us request an audience with Her Majesty.
And with that, my role is fulfilled. Go forth and return Rubis to us, Scions of Erdrick. The fate of the realm is in your hands now, and I can't think of anyone else's I'd rather see it in.
So, now time to go pay a visit to the mermaids. We'll go back to the Mercy and run up north to visit the Queen. So, up here in the throne room, we'll just go ahead and speak to her, see if she can tell us how to repair the harp.
Well met, friends. The harp? Of course, at last you ask. I knew one day you would, and I would gladly mend it for you. That is, if I could. Alas, I must apologize. I owe you that and more. Though sorry will do little to appease you all, I'm sure.
Whatever do you mean?
Hand me the harp. Look closely. There's another hollow, small and round and neat. Without the pearl that fits inside, the harp is not complete. And though if it were mine to give, you'd have it right away, it is not here, and that, I fear, is how it's going to stay.
The other pearl, we acquired it on the surface, did we not?
You did, though you should not have done. Their rightful place is here. Or was, until my mother's time. Such inauspicious years. We kept them safe, that one day when the human hero came, the blessed Lady Rubis might be called upon again. But then a silly mermaid girl, a fool by any measure, forsook those priceless pearls of ours, and thus we lost our treasure.
She... What happened, if I might ask?
How long must it have been now? Long, long ago, a foolish mermaid loved a human lad. The days they spent together were the happiest she'd had. To love and be loved in return was new and warm and good. For him she would have done just about anything she could. And so when he did ask of her to prove her love by taking her kind's most precious jewels, her choice was not long in the making. She crept into the royal chambers down there deep below, and took the precious pearls she found there right back to her bow. She made of them 2 earrings, one each for him and her, and proudly fastened hers in place, her true love to aver. She did not think a moment on the purpose of the pearls, but blindly made a gift of them, that silliest of girls. As time wore on, her lover came to see her less and less. And so she went to where he lived, urged on by loneliness. And that was when she saw it. He and his father, merchants both, did conspire to take her and her sister's prisoner, a spectacle to make. The thought that he might not be true had never crossed her mind. This human who had been so good, considerate and kind. Besides which he had promised he would never breathe a word of where the mermaids might be found or what he might have heard. And then their eyes met, or so it seemed. But looking back, I really cannot tell. Perhaps he never saw me, nor the scales as they fell. I turned and left, my only thought to flee that awful place. And that was the last time I ever looked upon his face. Yet mercifully, for mermaid kind, they never did appear. Their plan abandoned, who knows why, through idleness or fear. And though the wrongs he did me ache, and will forevermore, yet still I surface now and then to scan the rocky shore. In doing so, one day a shipwrecked sailor I did spy, my every sense a-screaming at the sight that met my eye. And though I thought to leave him there and let fate take its course, I could not bear the thought of it, the sorrow, the remorse. I dragged the man ashore and placed into his senseless hand that pearl, the sister pearl of which had long since gone to land.
But why? The pearl was so precious to you, and you did not even know this shipwrecked sailor.
The sight of it had grown too much. That foul, ill-fated thing. The man I loved betrayed me. I could no more bear the sting. What's more, I felt the pang of having made light of that treasure. The mermaid's sacred charge was lost for one girl's foolish pleasure. I knew full well one day you'd come to claim the pearls, and yet I gave one to my faithless beau. How foolish can one get? I wished to rid myself of them. I thought of nothing more. And thus I thrust it in the hand of he who washed ashore. I placed the jewel into his palm and prayed that all was past, full knowing you would come for it. And here you are, at last.
This second pearl is surely the one we received in Zahan.
And so cruel fate leaves one last thing twixt you and what you seek. The very pearl I gave away when young, and blind and weak.
Please, do not be so hard on yourself. The one who betrayed your trust bears the blame for this, not you.
Indeed. And what is more, I believe you may have given us a clue as to the pearl's location. If we can but locate this man, he may still possess it, may he not?
Perhaps, but this all happened a long time ago. Can we be sure he is even still alive?
A human's life is short, 'tis true, and yes, his may have ended. We feared as much from something we have lately apprehended. His ship doth lie north of here, full 40 fathoms deep. and slowly gathers barnacles down where the fishes sleep.
It sank? But how? Some sort of accident?
Perhaps we do not know of why it sank, or indeed when, or if it was still captained by that hollowest of men. But it was his, and so the pearl might yet be there aboard. And so, thinking to search for it, I made to go abroad. But there were so many monsters, I lie. It was not fiends that stopped me leaving on my quest, but fear of what the sight of it might stir within my chest. 'Twas on that ship he came to me the day that we first met. I hate him so, I cannot bear to see his boat. And yet...
We understand. We will go in your stead. I do not doubt that it is as dangerous there as you say, and we would not see you risk more than you already have.
I truly am not worthy of the kindness that you show. I am but weak and foolish, child. You help more than you know.
I thought that was going to be a very quick cutscene, but holy, decided to lore dump on us. We're going to go do that real quick. And that is the last thing we're doing, because it's going to queue us up. Okay, well, it's going to queue us up for a really good thing at the beginning of next episode. So, based off the fact that I can't teleport, I'm guessing I probably still can't teleport. Oh, no, we can. We just couldn't be in there. For whatever reason, her throne room is a place it doesn't want you to teleport out of. So, we're going to come here to Galenholm. We're going to walk right outside of it, and we're going to board our ship and head north. There is no boss fight here. The enemies are not stronger than anything else we've fought, so we'll be able to safe passage. It is a essentially one-floor dungeon. You're literally just coming here, grabbing a couple chests, and grabbing the pearl that we need. We're going to go return it, and we're going to upgrade our harp, because we'll be able to fully explore the ocean floor in the next episode, if we get this done right now. So, otherwise, I would have ended off already. I would have ended off before we even talked to the Princess Queen. Or the Fairy Queen. Here we are in the sunken ship. So this is the ship of the Queen's former love. It must have met with a fearsome storm to end up in such a state. Truly, and as if to add insult to injury, the fiends of the deep have claimed the wreck as their own. It's a fortunate thing the Queen balked from exploring it alone. Indeed, even practiced dungeon divers such as we would do well to keep our wits about us. So, we'll go ahead and start exploring. We're just going to head north here. You can see, the very, very quick dungeon. We're going to grab this chest here. If I can line up properly. There's an Abracadabras. I think that might be better for Pyrenel. Yes, it is. We'll go ahead and give that to her. Then we're going to go ahead and go south and get one of the last mini-medals in the game. It's going to be this chest right over here to our right. Right up here. Is it? Am I blind? Oh, it's right here. Okay. This is a mini medal. You can actually see we have 57 mini medals. There's only a few more left to go. Then we're going to go ahead and Holy Protection again. We're going to go to the room on the far south. And to the right, we can find 2 barrels with some gold coins and some holy water. Then we're going to go ahead and go down to the next floor. Or go up to the next floor, rather. Why wouldn't we have just landed on the top floor? We're going to go south. And we can go ahead and grab this barrel with a rapier in it. And there will be a pot in here as well with a phial of magic water. And we can interact with this to get a pirate's hat. I think that might be better for... Might be better for Caradoc, actually. Yes, it is. Can't carry anymore, but we'll go ahead and sort the inventory. And then we're going to go ahead and go north. And sticking to the right side, we'll come across a barrel over here. Right there. With a chain sickle. And finally, we'll head up to the far northern side. And without a boss fight, which is very surprising, we can just go ahead and interact with this body to get a pearl earring.
The matching pearl. This is what we seek. Wait. There is something else in here.
Nels obtains a letter in a bottle.
A letter? Well, what does it say?
If all goeth well, this boat will be below the brine ere long. May this letter find its way to thee once we are safely tucked beneath the waves. I beg thy forgiveness for deceiving thee so. I cannot deny that when we first met, my advances towards thee were spurred by a lust for coin. Indeed, when I did beg a favor of thee to make proof of our love, I had in mind to sell whatever treasure thou gavest me. Yet in time, I changed. Nay, thou didst change me. The more time we spent together, the deeper my love for thee grew. Would that I were not such a fool. I would fain have remained by thy side forever. Alas, I had already ensured that our love could never be, by telling my father of our meeting. He devised a scheme to capture a mermaid and take her on a tour of the provinces, charging curious onlookers a fee to gaze upon her. It was this that led to our quarrel, the one thou didst witness. I shall never forget the look of betrayal that filled thine eyes that unhappy night. No doubt thou didst think me a part of his wicked plot. I swear to thee that I argued against it with my whole heart. Yet father would not listen. Instead, he spread the word to his friends in the merchant navy. The cruel-hearted fellows joined together and demanded I guide them to thy village. I knew I could not live with myself if their scheme succeeded. And so, I realized what must be done. I feigned obedience to my father and invited him and his friends aboard my boat. We set sail at dawn. If all proceedeth as planned, then by the sinking of the sun, nary a soul who knoweth of the mermaids will remain above the water. I find comfort in the knowledge that my final resting place shall be by thy side. Know that my love for thee was true, and that I deeply regret the hurt I have caused thee. I shall think of thee until my dying moment.
He loved her. All along.
We must deliver this to the Queen post-haste.
Let us return to her palace.
So, we'll go ahead and quickly return back to the Fairy Queen one last time. We'll go to the Mercy and just head up to her throne room. Hey Queen, I got some bad news.
Oh my, oh me, oh, can it be? The pearl I thought forsaken? You found it? How? But no, not now. Oh, the troubles you have taken. And thanks to you, the weight upon my heart at last lifts free. Now where's the harp? Come, hurry, child, you must give it to me.
Lorelei's harp is restored to its former glory.
choose to roam, you may. The sea's your oyster. Go forth to Lady Rubis, who awaits you in her cloister.
Wait,
What is it?
There is something we must give you, Your Majesty. It lay beside the pearl. Forgive us, but we could not help reading it. It is a letter to you from him, the man you once loved.
No.
We should leave, if you will excuse us.
What's this? Why the sudden rush?
Honestly, brother, have you not a tactful bone in your body? Would you wish to read such a letter in front of strangers? Nay, you would not. And so we must extend the Queen the same courtesy we would wish for ourselves.
Of course.
We have been through so much over the course of our quest. But now we go to see Lady Rubis, at long last.
Indeed, and with her power, perhaps there will be some hope of defeating foul Hargon.
What manner of person... forgive me. What manner of spirit is she, I wonder? I very much look forward to finding out.
But before we leave, we can go ahead and head right back up to the Mer Queen and talk to her one last time. I thank you for your thoughtfulness in leaving as you did. I wept after you parted with a sadness I long hid. I never meant to grow so stern, to shut out all the world. But as you've seen, beneath the shell I'm just a little girl. Please, there's no need to be so hard on yourself. Anyone who says that parting with a loved one is not painful beyond imagining is a liar. I wake each morn and rue the day when he and I first met. I rue our love, I rue the pearl, I wallow in regret. I've been so very hard on myself, yet now I know that though he lied, his love for me was real. A weight has lifted from my heart. The truth has helped me heal. I thank you. Though to save the world is weightier by far, just know that you have saved me too. How wonderful you are. It pleases us greatly to hear it. As to the matter of saving the world, that is next on our list. It will be the work of mere moments, I am sure. I'm sure it will. Now go. Rubis awaits. And she's right. Rubis does awake. But guys, this has been a pretty beefy episode. So we'll go ahead and zoom back to Middenhall here just in case. I don't know. Okay, no, it does not give us a tutorial just yet. We'll actually have to reboard the boat for that. But guys, I think we'll go ahead and wind things down here. In the next episode, we have a bunch of underwater exploring to do, but we also can finally go meet with Lady Rubis. I will see you guys then.